Yeah. Okay, so welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Founders Outlook again. Today's show is going to be a little bit different. We are not speaking to a founder, but we're speaking to a district manager at ADP. He is here today to give us more insights on payroll. Hi, Ryan. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm great. Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to become a district manager, business manager at ADP?
I guess a little bit about me is I've been helping out small and medium businesses for several years, just kind of better understanding the complex issues pertaining to employment standards, how to actually deal with that from an employer standpoint, but also health and safety, and now
Yeah,
payroll. And I think getting the opportunity to not only just help, one business, but multiple, giving them the opportunity to learn what they don't know. I think that's one thing that I realize is these founders and owners, they don't know what they don't know. And then they're faced with, certain tax penalties, whether it be with payroll or certain claims, whether it be with employment standards that end up negatively impacting the business. And I think that I always wanted to be almost like a liaison to help them out with such things because I know that, sometimes to hire an employment lawyer, it's very costly. And because of my experience, I've had the opportunity to learn the ins and outs per se pertaining to HR, and I've been able to help businesses better understand and navigate the complex issues with that. And so getting the opportunity to be a part of ADP and be a part of an audience where the resources we have can benefit everyone is something that I
yes.
wanted to create outreach for, just to show people that even if you don't know if you need ADP, but you need somebody to talk to get a better understanding of what's behind the curtain, you have someone here in me, and I think that's the biggest thing that I guess I would say is my love for helping people and my love for saving them time, which allows them to spend time with their family, which is important. And I think that's what I want to articulate here.
Yeah. And, talking about payroll, what should be the size of the company before they can reach out to a company as big as yours to come and consult, in terms of payroll?
Yeah, so I think that's another thing. I think people think there's a specific number that you need to have in terms of employee count to reach out to me. And that's what I want
Uh-huh.
to reiterate is you could be at 0 employees just starting a business and you're looking to have contractors, for example. And before you hire those contractors or employees, you want to learn exactly what needs to be in place to protect yourself as an owner. Or you could have 1,000 employees and you want to try and change your processes and make it more so done in an efficient way. And you just need somebody that understands the solutions and is able to kind of articulate it in a way for you to understand. So there's no, one size fits all, or it's not just small businesses. Shops and little bakeries, and we help several Fortune 250 companies across the country. So there's no company that kind of doesn't fall under our spectrum, and I think that goes to show that we want to help out as many people as possible, no matter the size of the business.
Okay. And a lot of founder, most of them that are coming to the show, I know a few that kind of hire, internationally, like from outside Canada, and they still like pay out of pocket. I don't know if they account for that in payroll. So let's say you're hiring a freelancer to come and do your job. Is there a way to fit that in Canadian payroll, or is it the payroll of the I don't know, is it the taxation of the country you're getting the service from that you should pay to? That is very complex. I don't know
Yes,
if you can,
exactly, and I think
shed a
that's another.
light. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why it's good just to have a conversation is for reasons exactly like that. There's some times where you don't know what you don't know, and you're wondering if you can pay these offshore
Uh-huh.
employees or contractors in a
Yeah.
timely way. And yes, ADP has several partners globally, which allow you to help out, paying your employees or contractors, whether they're in different countries, multiple countries, and we're able to do that in their currency. They're tax compliance as well. So whatever deductions
Yeah.
need to be made or whoever that needs to look to abide by what that looks like where they live, we're able to do that even if you do have a business in Canada or the US and you're offshoring employees or contractors. I know I spoke with people who have tutoring schools and online tutoring, but their teachers are in multiple different places, the UK, some in Africa,
Yeah.
and usually they e-transfer, for example, and they want to just
Yeah.
They wanted to have one platform where they could send them the money the right way, deductions were done the right way, but also in terms of ensuring that they were getting their pay statements and everything being documented in one platform. That's something that we're able to offer as well. And it goes just beyond North America. We're able to help businesses that are in North America that have employees or contractors anywhere in the world.
Okay. So I'll use myself as an example for this. I run a podcast. I've now started like generating huge revenue from there. And sometimes I tend to pay out of pocket. And most of my trades are from out of the country. How can I work that? Can I so because me personally I do e-transfer because you mentioned e-transfer, that's why I'm bringing this up. Can I account for that through payroll and through taxation in Canada?
Yes, because your business is a Canadian entity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So since your business is in Canada and you have employees in different areas, you're still using your
Mm-hmm.
Canadian business. So that's why we're able to use your Canadian business to essentially pay your offshore employees or contractors. So instead of you having
Yeah.
to e-transfer, or for example, if they ever asked you for a pay statement, what that
Mm-hmm.
needed to look like, if they needed approval to move out or to buy a house or to do whatever they needed and they needed to prove how much they were making. Instead of you having to make a document or create one, you have a history of all the data that's secure in one place and they're able to see
Mm-hmm.
everything. And the money that you're converting, whether it be Canadian, is converted into the dollar amount that abides by where they live.
Okay. So is ADP like an app, or I need to have a consultant who is working with me to make this happen?
Yeah, no. So I think that is why we have, kind of business reviews where I love to meet with clients because it usually
Okay.
depends on what works best for them. We want to
Okay.
help. So there are some situations where we do have certain solutions for people that just want a tool. They still want to be the driver of inputting the hours and overseeing everything pertaining to their employees. And so we do have a solution that allows that process to be automated where, deductions are calculated, net gross calculations are calculated. All you have to do essentially is just input the hours or input the salary of the employee. Then we make sure to send out them their T4As, store their record of employment, and remit taxes to the government as well. But for people that, for example, have several employees and they're going from doing the process manually and doing it themselves, and it's taking them several hours. We do have a fully managed service as well, where we have a certified expert that oversees everything pertaining to payroll for the business. And if your employees or contractors have any questions about anything, instead of them reaching out to you, the owner, they're able to give a call to the dedicated specialist here at ADP. And that provides the owner to not have to worry about collecting hours, inputting the hours, making sure that the employee is getting paid on time. They can focus on making sure that the business is professional. And if they have goals of scaling or growing, now that hour or 4 hours that they were thinking about making sure that employees are getting paid is now allocated to making sure that business is booming and there's more growth.
Okay, nice. And if someone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to reach out to you directly?
Yeah, so I'll definitely will send out a an email to you shortly after, just with my kind of contact information as well.
Okay.
But my
Okay.
email is ryan.jackson at adp.com. And I want to reiterate, I'm somebody that wants to help. So if you have any questions about HR and you don't know if you need ADP, you just have questions about HR, or you have questions about how to handle certain things pertaining to taxes, just
Yeah.
having that complimentary one-to-one business review with myself, take an in-depth, very specific review of your business and the ways in which we could potentially help, but for you to also learn things that you might have not had the opportunity to learn. Those are ways you can kind of reach out to me and book a meeting with me to kind of get that complimentary review.
Okay. Is there anything you think my audience will want to know that I've not asked you that you want to share with them?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I want to kind of get out of this is a lot of people in the perspective of owners, business owners, startups, whether it's a big company or not, they don't know what they don't know and they don't know what they need to know.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is it's always better to be proactive rather than reactive. So instead of
Yeah.
something happening that negatively impacts your business, why not have a one-to-one complimentary review? Make sure that everything is tight knit pertaining to the behind the scenes, as opposed to something happening and then you have to pay thousands of dollars to fix it. When if you just knew what you needed to have in place, you wouldn't have to worry about it at all. So just understand you do have somebody here at ADP to talk about those complex situations, regardless of your employee count, whether it's one or 1,000, and then think of me as somebody that wants to help, somebody that wants to open your eyes to the time that you can save, the stress that you can relieve, and to provide you a peace of mind so you can just focus on the reason why you got into business and allowing that business to grow and thrive.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to get you to answer is, most times when we get these trades from outside Canada, sometimes we get them at a cheaper rate. Is there like a threshold, an amount you should be spending to pay someone before you think of getting your payroll together?
Are you referring to, is there a certain like salary that you should be paying somebody?
Yeah, salary rates like below $1,000 for their services. Sometimes they tend to pay out of pocket since it's not so crazy and it's just an amount you can overlook. So is there like a certain amount you should be paying or that you're paying to someone to a trade before you can get your payroll together?
No, there isn't a specific amount you should be paying your employees before kind of getting your payroll managed. I think
Mhm.
every business, whether you have employees or contractors, has to pay their employees and they have to abide by the law, whatever minimum wages and whatever that looks like. But it's the compliance stamp component that I think people miss on, where if deductions are calculated wrong, just with one paycheck, it changes what the statement looks like at the end of the year for the business. And then you have to hire an accountant, thousands of dollars to fix your papers before filing it to the government. And so imagine having something in place where if you do have that question, where you know that you have to pay your employees regardless, you just don't know what it looks like. Imagine having a system that does it automatically for you and you don't have to worry about that other than just the amount that you're paying them and the hours that they've worked.
Yeah. And you're focused on just sole owners or even corporations,
Yeah.
registered businesses?
Yes. We're all was focused on any business of any size, like I said, small
Mhm,
businesses, medium businesses, people who are just starting out who have plans of opening up as well. But even
mhm.
large corporations, who have hundreds of employees or thousands of employees, who need a more efficient way kind of handling everything to allow the business to grow.
Okay. All right, great, Ryan. I think if you have more questions and you want to reach out to Ryan, reach out to him at ryan.jackson@adp.com. I don't know if I got that correctly.
Yes, you did.
I will leave but I'll leave that in the description box and in the caption. Make sure to reach out to him. He's here to help. I think he's open to, you know, answer your questions free of charge. I don't know, Ryan. So reach
Yes.
out to him and he can help you sort out your payroll needs.
Yes.
Ryan, do you have anything you want to add or
No, that
is
was
this
amazing.
it?
You did get the email right, and yes, the complimentary the complimentary review is definitely free of charge. I do want you guys to get the opportunity to get valuable insights on how to run your business without having to pay hundreds of dollars to learn. Now, if there
Yeah.
ways in which we can help ADP do that, we'll definitely show you those things and show you ways we can help, whether it be with pricing or because of the relationship we have, obviously, with Founders Outlook. There's certain things you could get pertaining to discounted rates as well. But the
Mhm.
initial meeting is definitely free of charge. And I do that because I want to show you guys I'm here to help and I'm here to make your life easier. But I do want to
Yeah.
thank you again, Juliet, for having me on here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just of several conversations we'll have about HR and
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, sure, because it's very important and it's something we all overlook, even me. So thank you so much for shedding more light to this and thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.